All right, Shalom. First and foremost, all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shah, Ba'asham Kakadash. Double honor to the apostle, Elder Great Millstone, and Sachi was doing this thing in sincerity and truth, then with charity. And yeah, man, it's turning up. You know, I don't know, I can't say exactly how to qualify when Jacob Trouble starts or started, but it appeared that this is happening. And it's only going now for certain it's going to get worse. But we see Esau bringing in the troops on American soil, all right, doing a lot of illegal, according to they shit, illegal shit, you know, for one, the troops dealing with citizens, also illegal searches and seizures, and it's getting bad. And it's going to get worse, man, all right? And it's not just ICE. We got the National Guard coming in. And they're not just going for Mexicans, man, or Venezuelans or whatever. All right, and I got a video after looking at this. So we saw what happened in D.C., which that was for niggas. This is how they operate, man. All right, the U.S. Marshal Service will lead the operation task for. Well, first off, let me read the title. The title. This is the Citizens app, and I got this notice all in Chicago. National Guard joins Memphis 13 agency safe task force. Over 50 people arrested, right? So they're bringing the troops against Jake. The U.S. Marshal Service will lead the Operation Task Force, according to Governor Bill Lee. National Guard troops have joined the Memphis Safe Task Force, where officials report 53 arrests and 20 guns seized in 48 hours. And this is how it starts. It seems good. This is Esau's M.O. All right? They supposed to getting rid of the riffraff, all this shit, right? But we know Esau does this. This is Daniel 8. And 25. Now this is talking about this fucking flesh, bro. Antiochus. This is talking about Antiochus. All right. And through his policy, also he should cause craft to prosper in his hand. This is part of Esau, just how to get down. All right. They set up policy, and his craft is to get shit going. So they put it in law, put it on paper. All right, Satan made himself as an angel of light. They make it seem like it's for a good cause. You got to leave that on longer. They make it seem like it's for a good cause. Yeah, you giant. What? You got to leave that on longer. Salakia. So for a good cause, but really let's keep going. And he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by his peace he shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand. And Trump said it when he was talking about bringing the troops to the different cities, Chicago. So he said these are practice runs. Okay, these are practice runs. So the shit is only going to get worse. All right, they're going to use this military, and the military is going to use you niggas as practice for what? War. Which means it's going to be intense. And not only that, they hate you. All right? And then when any nigga starts showing resistance, and this is how it goes. Right now it's kind of cool, right? But let any group of motherfuckers show some resistance. All right, that means what? Then they gonna react and become more strict, more austere, and that's gonna bring in more resistance, and it's gonna be this back and forth thing, and also just throw in the lack of goods, lack of funds, all the shit that's finna go down here. All right, this is finna turn up, man. A flood starts with a little water, then you get a little more water, and then you get the huge rush. Okay? This is the beginning of that rush. Now, before I get some more scriptures, let me play this real quick.
We are getting new reports about a chilling and downright shocking escalation of ICE tactics against the residents of Chicago. middle of the night, hundreds of armed federal agents and police, backed up by riot trucks, smoke grenades, and helicopters, breached fences and busted doors in an immigration raid on an entire apartment building on the city's south side. They pulled dozens of residents from their homes and zip ties, including children, some of them without any clothes. They then held some outside for hours and dragged the others into rented vans.
It was scary because I've never had a gun put in my face.
Neighbors like Ebony Watson says they ducked for cover as they heard several flashbangs go off.
They was terrified. The kids was crying. People was screaming. They looked very distraught. I was out there crying when I seen the little girl come around the corner. Because they was bringing the kids out too. Had them zip tied to each other. One of them literally laughed. He was standing right here. He said, them kids.
They zip tied the kids together. ICE put out a statement saying they were pursuing Trinidad gang members. But U.S. citizens living in the building say they were detained too. The cops told them that if they had any unrelated warrants, they wouldn't be going back home. 37 people were ultimately arrested after agents separated children from their parents on the street. And if you're looking at this and asking yourself, how is this legal? That is the right question to ask. And it has kind of an answer. And to understand it, you have to go back to Los Angeles this summer, where federal immigration agents started pushing the envelope on orders from the White House. They raided Home Depot parking lots and Walmart lots, and they grabbed people they saw. Near one Home Depot, masked agents with batons grabbed Narcisco Barranco, who has lived in the U.S. for more than 30 years and has 3 sons serving the Marine Corps. Agents beat Barranco on the ground, dislocating his shoulder before detaining him. In Van Nuys, agents raided a car wash, remembering this, sending patrons and workers scrambling before the 79-year-old owner, who is a U.S. citizen named Rafi, tried to ask them what they were doing.
That is when Rafi was taken down by agents and eventually handcuffed. Rafi says he was injured in the process.
And they sit on me. This is my elbow since a week ago. And this is my arm.
Rafi says he and 5 others at his car wash were taken to a federal detention center downtown. We're still working to learn more about why they were detained.
And that man is not alone.
Look how you got my hand. You're twisting that. I'm American, bro.
That's really enough on that. Now that building. Let me grab this. Now this is the 4th Amendment, right? It protects against unreasonable searches and seizures. Requires law enforcement must generally obtain a warrant based on probable cause before conducting a search, and the warrant must describe the specific place to be searched and the people or things to be seized. The amendment balances individual privacy with the government's need for public safety, and unlawful searches can result in evidence being excluded from court. All right, so unreadable searches, general warrants. It prevents the issuance of general warrants that allow for broad, unlimited searches of a person's property. So there's no way they can go into that whole building, say they're there for the Venezuelan cartel or gang or whatever, but then also take American citizens out their cribs without warrants and say we look without warrants to go in their cribs to get them, then take them out and say we're looking to see if you have unrelated warrants. You can't do that. Now, if they stop you and you got a warrant, that's one thing. They cannot pull you out go in your crib without a warrant to get you. All right? Let's key elements of a warrant. Probable cause. Law enforcement must present a valid reason to a judge or a magistrate indicating a crime has been committed or evidence exists. A judge must review the probable cause and issue a warrant before a search can occur. So you can't just go in there. The warrant must specifically describe the place to be searched. All right. So it has to describe the place. It has an address on it. And the people or items to be seized. The specific place, even if it's an apartment, it got to describe the number, right? And these are the exceptions to the warrant: consent, All right. Of course, the consent means consent. Police can search the person in the area within immediate control if they are lawfully arrested. Exigent circumstances and emergencies, such as the risk of evidence destruction or imminent threat to public safety. Okay, that's an that didn't happen. Plain view, and then vehicle searches, probable cause. So this devil is breaking the rules because martial law was coming next, man. This is the start of the flood. Plain and simple. This is the start of the flood. All right, this is the start. And when I say flood, this is what I mean, man. Esau is finna come with great wrath. Now, of course, we're looking forward to this, right? But this is what's prophesied. This Isaiah 59:19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. So this devil is going to make his move against Jake. It's called Jacob's trouble for a reason. Now, granted, they going to have their hands full of their own kind. All right, Esau, Egyptians versus Egyptians. That's going to happen. But they're going to be on Jake's ass, and this is the start of it. Okay? And like that video said, even the title, she said, one of them said, fuck them kids. Why they got the children tied up together, man? Doing this illegal fucking seize and search. And there was another video when the guy called it a siege. He himself called it a siege. One of the niggas that was there. He called it a siege. And that's what it is, man. That's what it was, and that's what it's finna be. And it's going to be on a grander scale. Okay, this is Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time. So this shit almost it. And what does that mean? If they saying they dollar finna collapse, all right, all this tension happening in the world, World War III is inevitable, and realistically, like the scripture say, the devils believe and tremble. They know this shit really is, the chance of this getting nuclear is high. That's why they have a doomsday clock. So with all this tension in the world, with the BRICS happening, these big nations coming against the dollar, they got to make shit shake. These big nations coming against the legitimacy of the nation of Israel. They know what time they're in. All right? Debt is at an all-time high, and of course, they want to blame niggas. They got to make niggas the problem. When I say niggas, I mean all 12 tribes. That includes you Latins and you Native Americans. So you're the problem. You're the reason why all this debt is happening. Let's go round them up. Let's go do X, Y, Z. Let's clean the country up. Right? So that's what they putting on paper. But really, it's just to come against you, to kill you. This is Isaiah 10:1. Woe to them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. So this is to come against the Israelites, the Lord's people. Again, showing how the laws on paper originally don't apply to us. Because now they can do all this illegal shit, and it's okay. Because it's happening to us. Okay, all right? This is Psalm. Oh, I put sword. This is Psalm. Frame it. This Psalm's 94:20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by a law? So they making it seem good. They doing this for the, but really it's to come against us, man. Didn't some people just get shot? Dallas shooting. Let's see, what's this? All three of the victims shot were detainees of the facility. They're supposed to be anti-ICE. This nigga leaving messages before they doing these murders, man. That shit sounds so fake. But let's see. Well, there was another one in Chicago. Which there are anti-ICE people. That nigga could have been really against ICE. That's not the prophecy. We're gonna grab it. That's part of all the division and violence that's finna come. Going back to what I said, that cycle. There's going to be resistance, then that's going to make them become more austere. Then there's going to be more resistance because of that. Then it's going to be back and forth till it's just chaotic, man. The fatal shooting of Mexican immigrant by an immigration and customs enforcement officer has left the community shaken and in need of transparency after police body cams videos of the incident emerged. And then they got the police footage of the man saying that his injuries, the ICE nigga, was nothing major. But when ICE released their statement, they said it was he was seriously injured. All right. And now we got protests happening, man. Hey, look, this shit is going to get violent and bloody. And as we seen in that video, they not just coming against the Northern Kingdom, man. They want you niggas too. They went there for Venezuelans, but took niggas too. Tied niggas up too. Right? Jacob's trouble. And it's only going to increase. Hey, this is our deliverance, man. This second Esdras. Okay, act like this is something new. Second Esdras 15 and 5. It's like, let me get closer down. 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. Of course, war, but also this shit where they coming against the Israelites. This is the one people against another people. All right? For there should be sedition among men. Let's get this word for sedition. Incitement. Conduct or speech inciting people to rebel against the authority of a state or a monarch. So the citizens are eventually going to rise up more. It's not going to just be protest. The protest is a part of it. All right, and it's a part of prophecy. These are the uprisings. But it's going to go from protest. Let's keep going. And invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So eventually, these citizens will get violent. There will be resistance. All right? A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Martial law. It's going to get austere out here, strict, bloody, violent, on every level. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. It's only going to get worse when resources get scarce. If you want a strategic if you know the end, your shit is crumbling, and you want to keep some peace, you got to already have these things established. They already need to get the troops in these certain areas. That's why they naming all these big cities and all, because they need to already be there. What they say, you got to get ahead of the curve. That's what they call it. All right? But at the end of the day, like the scripture, like it said up here, no, is it down? Let me double check if I go up. Yeah, let me keep going. Behold, said the Most High, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me, which are from the rising of the sun, from the south, from the east, and like Banians to turn themselves one against another, and repay the things they have done to them. Like as they do yet this day unto my chosen, so will I do also in recompense in their bosom, thus saith the Lord Yahweh. So really, this is our salvation, because Esau gonna get some of you niggas. Gonna get a good amount of niggas. Let's call it what it is. But they're going to be turning this sword against each other. All right? Because the bullshit you pushed out, it has worked. You made yourself such a good angel of light. You got a whole group of what they call the far left. All right? They call them the extreme left these days. All right? You drank the juice. And you ready to fucking stand up for, you ready to fight against anything Trump, anything on the far right, anything conservative. And then also you got those on the far right that's going to say our constitutional rights are being violated. It's just all mingled and mangled. This is your destruction. You're divided on this. All right? What we just read about the body cam, governor only mentioned that because he's going against these troops being in this city, in this state. All right? That's division itself. And really, that's kind of like, it's like Esau trying to control that too, damn near. Well, just put body cams on them. Like the nigga caving. Nevertheless, the Lord gonna save us, man. Hey, this is Isaiah 17 and 13. The nations shall rush like the rushing of many waters. Let's start at 12. Woe to the multitude of many people which make a noise like the noise of the seas, and to the rushing of nations that make a rushing like the rushing of many mighty waters. The nations shall rush like the rushing of many waters, but the Most High shall rebuke them, and they shall flee far off, and shall be chased as the chaff of the mountains before the wind, and like a rolling thing before the whirlwind. And behold, an evening time trouble,